I wanted to welcome you all here, and most importantly, thank you all for choosing to come and hear this presentation. At the end of the day, it really is all about you, the developers, that really drive this entire industry. So I'm really honored to be standing up here talking to you. Who is this guy? So I'm Bill Schiefelbein. I'm a program manager in the Xbox Live team. But don't worry, you're not just going to hear a program manager talk for an hour. We actually have some smarter developer, Ramsey Cater, who's going to be coming up and actually showing the demos. So don't worry, you only hear me for a little bit. But what we're going to talk about today is I'm going to give a little bit of the background about Xbox Live, the evolution, some of the news that you've been hearing hopefully over the past few days. And I'm really excited to share this with you. And then we're going to get down to the nuts and bolts and actually go through some demos, what the sample code is, and so forth. So to jump right into it, I like pausing for a minute to talk about this slide because I think it's really important. It's something to start to internalize as you've seen a change at Microsoft. And this is from the top down. You look at what Satya has done with the company, the openness, embracing all platforms, all devices, all users, developers, and so forth. And this carries into the gaming organization too. You hear Phil Spencer, you hear our other leadership talking about how important you are, the industry, our gamers, on any device and any platform that you want to play on. And that's like the biggest reason that we're here today talking about Xbox Live on iOS and Android, for goodness sake. This is exciting. It's really empowering. I've been in the Xbox team for a long time, super proud of the technologies, the games that you've created, and the experiences that we've done. And I'm just so excited to be able to provide those services, those experiences across all platforms. So that's what we're going to talk about today. As we look at Xbox Live, it is about bringing the players together as a community. It's about connecting those gamers with your games, connecting those people with your games, discovering lifelong relationships between the players and those games. So this is a bit of the sort of the money slide, so to speak, because one of the things that we get as we've been working on this, as we've been talking with other developers, there is that question of, okay, that's great. Xbox is that plastic box that I have maybe under my TV, but what does Xbox Live really bring? Why do I care about it on iOS and Android, for instance? And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what some of those values are. And the first one's really important because we know that we can't add a lot of friction to your development path. We want to relieve the friction. This is something that we've been talking about with the GameStack announcement, all the technologies that we have. And so we can't come in and say, oh, you can add Xbox Live, but you've got to jump through these 20 hoops in order to do so. That just doesn't work. And so especially on iOS and Android, as we offer this SDK, it's not like you're going to have to do any kind of pre-certification through Xbox before you can even publish on the store. We know how fast this industry moves. And so we do have policies that are really focused around online safety and privacy, but we want to make sure that you can publish your games quickly, do updates, and so forth. So there's no pre-certification. The other piece is the features themselves. Like when I use the term Xbox Live, what comes to your mind might be a myriad of things. Oh, multiplayer, achievements, leaderboards, this whole slew. That's great. We have all those services available for you as developers to add engagement to your game. But you can pick and choose which pieces you want to use. And that starts with that next column there, which is the trusted gaming identity. So Xbox Live, the MSA-based Xbox Live profile, is a trusted, secure identity that is focused around gaming. So even if you just want another choice for your developers to sign in in order to have saves or other information, we want to make sure that you can use this gaming-focused identity as an option. You can still use whichever ones you want, but we want to provide something that is focused around gaming. It supports the online privacy, safety, family settings. It has single sign-on for mobile as well, and I know you get that with other networks that you sign in. But if someone signs in with Minecraft or other apps, other games, they'll be able to sign in easily and quickly on the mobile device as well. And certainly that sign in, sign up, it's modern technology. Everyone has a phone, I'm pretty sure, in their pocket. You can just sign in with your phone number and use that as your account to make it quick and easy. The middle one, I want to remind, we've been in this game, so to speak, for quite some time. It's been 15 years. We're very proud of our heritage there. But again, the console is awesome. We're continuing to drive and innovate in that space. But that's not where everyone is gaming. And we really want to be able to take our experience, our global gaming footprint and services that are scalable and reliable, and provide it on the other platforms as well at no cost. So first of all, I want to remind you as well, this is not an Xbox Live Gold subscription piece. You do not need any kind of fee for your users if you want to do multiplayer or anything on Xbox Live. And you as a developer can also use all these services at no cost. And then the last thing, I talk about this trusted gaming identity. The other key piece here is about the community. We know, and it doesn't matter if it's a single player game that is just so engaging and fun or some massively multiplayer, online game. Having a community that talks about your title, if it is a multiplayer, a community that can get together and group up and have more fun in your title. It's something very important. It's something that we think about a lot with Xbox Live. And we want to be able to provide tools, not only inside your game, but we also have experiences outside the game. Presence information showing up on all screens, looking for group, communication to group up and come into your game, showing off your achievements or your leaderboards. That's the kind of stuff that we want to bring this vibrant community that we care a lot about being safe and trusted and bring them into your game. Okay, as I mentioned, hopefully as you read, this is part of Microsoft GameStack. And the key point here, as you've seen Kareem talking about this, we have some pretty amazing technologies at Microsoft. You don't have to use them. You can use this piece over here, this component over here, but take a look. There's some really incredible technology that can help you be creative and create the game you want and be able to scale up as you wish, be able to reach people as you wish, be able to reach regions that you might not know about. So do swing by the Microsoft booth on the expo floor, and you can talk about all these different technologies and choose which ones make sense for you and your business. The last thing I want to say is PlayFab is a company that we acquired just about a year ago. It's an amazing set of technologies, and it really focuses, and it's very powerful around live ops. Most of your games that you ship today, especially on mobile, tend to lean more towards the free-to-play. They tend to be games that you don't just release and walk away from, but you're monitoring these all the time, and you're engaging with that community. And this is something that PlayFab excels with, the analytics and so forth. It also has gaming services as well. And these services can be cross-platform, it's white label, you can use whatever identity you want, from PlayStation to Switch to PC to Steam. And what we have with Xbox Live, so it's an incredible thing, and again, it's down there in the GameStack booth. Come and swing by, talk to that team. Xbox Live specifically, we really do focus on that trusted gaming identity. So we want you to sign in with this profile because it is something with your legacy. It is something that brings you to your games, as well as the community around those games. So we do have user experiences both inside and outside of the game with Xbox Live, and you can choose as many options as you want from PlayFab as well. Okay, last slide, and I'll hand it over to the brains in this presentation. I just want to finish it up again. That Xbox Live is this trusted identity, this gaming community. Cross-platform is something that we really want to encourage. It doesn't have to be, but this is an identity that you can bring across all your screens. These are technologies and services that you can bring across all the screens. Even if it's not the initial release of your mobile game, you might find yourself someday going over to another platform, and this is an opportunity for you to use this platform. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ramsey to demonstrate just how you do it.
Great. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
So, Bill just explained why you want Xbox Live in your mobile game. And now we'll go through the process and see exactly how easy that is. So to bring Xbox Live to mobile, we are introducing a C API for iOS and for Android. Now, some of the benefits of having a C API is that C runs on practically every platform. That means I can make one call to Xbox Live and expect that call to work on all platforms that Xbox Live supports. That's one call to unlock an achievement, and that works on Xbox, on iOS, and on Android. Also, you can easily call C from any language or engine that you use. So if you're a C# developer, Java developer, you use Unity, Objective-C, Unreal, you can make that same call to unlock an achievement in the language or engine you're the most comfortable in. So in addition to the C API, we are also having a Unity plugin that we'll see a preview of later on in this demo. So you're interested in how do you actually bring Xbox Live to your game? What does that process look like? Well, the first thing you want to do is apply to the ID at Xbox mobile program. Now, after you've gone through the application and you've been accepted and become a managed mobile partner, you can go to Microsoft's developer portal, also known as Partner Center, where you can configure Xbox Live for your game. As you're configuring Xbox Live, you can get the C API or SDK and integrate Xbox Live into your game. Once you're happy with how Xbox Live is configured and integrated, you can publish that Xbox Live configuration to retail. And all that means is that the gamers that download your game from the marketplace can access that Xbox Live configuration for your game. And then from there, you package and ship your game as you normally would through the Apple or Google developer portals. So as Bill mentioned, there is no hoop to hop through. Essentially, once you've published your Xbox Live config to retail, you're done. There is no pre-release cert process. So there are a few policies that you have to follow. At the very bare minimum, you have to support Xbox Live sign-in, as well as adhere to the Xbox Live privacy settings and Xbox Live privileges of the Xbox Live user that's signed into your game. Now, what's a privacy and privilege? What does that mean? So an example of an Xbox Live privacy might be, I don't want a stranger sending me an invite to join their Xbox Live party. So I might set a privacy setting such that only my friends can invite me to an Xbox Live party. In addition, a privilege, for example, let's say my parent doesn't want me to go play online, right? So my parent might take away my privilege to play multiplayer. So if I were to log into your game on mobile, I expect that I shouldn't be able to play online because I don't have that multiplayer privilege. Now, as Bill mentioned, Xbox Live on mobile is a la carte. So as you choose to integrate additional Xbox Live features, there might be additional policies you have to adhere to. For example, if I want to integrate gamertag and display the gamertag in game, I'd have to show the gamertag in its entirety. I couldn't cut it off. I couldn't show only part of it. I would have to show the entire gamertag. Or let's say I want to integrate achievements. I still have 1,000 gamer score limit. I can't do things like sell achievements for in-app purchases, things like that. And I really want to reiterate, once you've adhered to the requirements, the policies, you're happy with the way Xbox Live is in your game, and you've shipped your Xbox Live, you published your Xbox Live config to retail, that's it. You can go publish your game as you normally would to through the Apple and Google developer portals. So now the fun part, the demo. So we're going to take an existing Unity game that targets iOS and Android and go through the process of configuring Xbox Live for that game, as well as adding the base requirements, which is sign-in and privilege and privacy, and then going above and beyond and adding some sweet, juicy gamer score via achievements. So let's see what that game looks like right now. Before I do that, let me just reset the demo, just in case. Cool. So we are using PlayFab's Unicorn Toss demo. So this is a demo that they currently have at one of the PlayFab booths down at the GameStack section of the expo. In addition to this demo, they have a bunch of really cool demos showing off a lot of PlayFab's live ops, config, So I highly recommend you give them a chance and try out all the really dope demos. So for us, we're using their unicorn toss demo. So let's go through what that looks like. The premise of the game is how far can you throw a unicorn? So go ahead, we'll start. We'll sign into a fake user. We'll go ahead and play, and we'll see how far I can throw this unicorn. That's the game, right? It's a pretty cute game. As you can see, I've been practicing, so my GoPro. There you go. So let's get started. Let's actually go through the process of adding Xbox Live to this game. But before we do that, I want to define for you 6 terms. The first one is a title. A title is how we refer to your game. When you set up Xbox Live for your game, you'll get a title ID. This is a unique ID that associates your game with Xbox Live, as well as a service configuration ID, also known as a SCID. A SCID is an ID that associates your game with your game's Xbox Live configuration. You'll also get a sandbox, which is a way for you to make changes to your Xbox Live config in an isolated environment. And we'll touch this in the next slide. You also get an MSA app ID, or also known as a client ID. This is given to you by the Microsoft Authentication Service and is used during the Xbox Live sign-in, sign-up flow. And then lastly, we have a redirect URI. Now, this is something that you have to configure, and we'll go through that later on. And this is also used during that sign-in and sign-up flow. Now, you need a title ID, a SCID, a sandbox, the MSA app ID, as well as the redirect URI to set up Xbox Live for your game. And in a moment, we'll find out exactly where you can get these values. But before we do that, so there's a lot of definitions here. So let's look at these definitions in a more visual way. So you have your fantastic mobile game. And you've gone through the ID at Xbox Flow, you've been accepted, you have Xbox Live configured. Now you have the opportunity to set up your Xbox Live configuration. Things you can configure here are things like achievements, multiplayer, any of the Xbox Live settings. So you might configure the achievements that render in game, or your multiplayer settings for your game. Or in addition to basic presence that you get just for signing into Xbox Live, you can configure, you have more control of how your game's advertised to their friends. So for example, if I'm playing Minecraft, right? Just by signing in, I get automatically advertised as, Ramsey's playing Minecraft. But I can have the opportunity to add more control to that and be along the lines of something like Ramsey is in the netherworld of Minecraft, for example, to add some more context to my experience in Minecraft. Well, you can edit the config as you wish, but here's where the power of a sandbox really comes in. So I can edit my Xbox Live config in different environments. So I can have a developer sandbox that allows me and my development team to make changes to our Xbox Live config without our end users ever really experiencing anything different. So for example, let's say I have a game that's already out there in the market that has Xbox Live config, or is already Xbox Live enabled. And I wanted to add a new boss to that game, but I didn't want my users to know about that boss. So what I can do is I can add a boss defeated achievement to my Xbox Live config in my developer sandbox. And then here, me and my team, we can test the boss end to end, from defeating the boss in game to unlocking that boss defeated achievement in our developer sandbox. And once we're happy with the way that looks, we can actually publish our developer sandbox, our developer Xbox Live config to retail, such that when new gamers install the app or existing gamers update the app, not only do they get the awesome boss we created, but they also get access to this boss defeated achievement. So now that we better understand these terms, let's actually go through the process of configuring Xbox Live for our game, as well as finding these IDs in our developer portal. So once you've gone through the ID Xbox Flow and you've been accepted, you'll be directed to a Microsoft developer portal known as Partner Center. Let me find my mouse. All right, sweet. All right. From here, you go to Dashboard, where you can go ahead and create a new game. And here you can put your name of the game. In our case, it's Unicorn Toss. And the important thing to call out here is we're creating a product in the sandbox. Again, we want that power of the sandbox to make changes in an isolated environment that only my team has access to, or my test team has access to. Once we've done that, let's go ahead and reserve the product name. And then it will be redirected to the game setup page. You'll notice that we can't enable Xbox Live for our game quite yet. The reason why is at this point, all we've done is created a product in Partner Center. We have to send this product information to ID@Xbox to unlock the option to enable Xbox Live. So if we scroll down to the bottom, show details of identity details, scroll down some more, all we have to do is pass the store ID from right here to ID@Xbox, and it'll unlock Xbox Live for us for this product. So you'll see now I have the option to actually select Xbox Live. So I'll go ahead and select that. I'll select the sandbox that I want my game to live in. In this case, this is my developer sandbox. I'll go ahead and hit save. Once I'm done saving, I can go ahead and click the Xbox Live tab. So all we've done at this point is created a game, a product in Partner Center, enabled Xbox Live for that product. But Partner Center is Microsoft's portal to configure the selling of apps and games on both Windows Store and on Xbox. As a mobile game that's Xbox Live enabled, all I really care about is the ability to configure Xbox Live through Partner Center. So all I really care about is the Xbox Live tab right here. With that said, let's find those values that we need to actually integrate Xbox Live into our game. So you'll see at the very top, here will be the list of sandboxes that I have available to me. Then I can go to the Xbox Live settings tab right here and find the title ID, MSA app ID, and SCID. Now the last thing that we need is that redirect URI we talked about earlier. And we can configure that ourselves by clicking on the link right here. It will be redirected to the Microsoft Authentication portal for our title. So we'll scroll down to the bottom, add a new platform, and in our case, we'll choose native application. And here we'll set the redirect URI. Now the format is ms-zal-your app ID, which you can get right here again, all lowercase, :/-off. And this URI, along with the title ID, sandbox, SCID, that we got in the previous screen, we're all set to integrate Xbox Live into our game. So I'll hit save, we're saved. Now let's actually hop into code and do that right now. So I'll go over to our main menu. And all I really care about is this menu view script. This menu view script allows us to, in this game, to enable and disable screens, including signing in. So we'll go down to the login method, where we'll remove this temp code that we have here. And then we'll go ahead and uncomment the sign-in code. Now for sign-in, the first thing we want to do, actually before we hop into that, we have two libraries available. We have the Xbox Authentication Library, known as XAL. XAL handles things like Xbox Live sign-in, sign-up, as well as manages the user's lifetime. And if you want to leverage additional Xbox Live services, you can leverage the Xbox Services API, XAPI, for things like achievements and multiplayer. With that said, hopping back into the code, we want to initialize XAL, because all we want to do is add sign-in for now. And then we'll pass on to XAL title ID, sandbox. In our case, I'm using the developer sandbox. But when I publish, I'll be publishing with the retail sandbox. But I'll be passing to it for now my developer sandbox. So the client ID and the redirect URI that we configured in the MSA portal. From there, all we have to do is call add user with UI, and that will take care of popping the UI and handling all of the edge cases that auth has. Once that sign-in task has been completed, we'll check to see if it failed. If all is good, we'll save that the XAL user we get back in our game data, however you do that. And then at this point, we've just finished adding Xbox Live sign-in. So the last requirement, base requirement, is privileges. In our case, I'll just check to see if we have the privilege to play online. So I'll check to see on the Zal user that we get back, do we have the privilege to play multiplayer? Assuming we do, we're good. If we're not, if we don't have that privilege, then we can display to that user that you don't have that privilege and maybe stop them from playing online. Now, before we should see this actually running, I want to add one more thing. I just want to display the gamer tag. I just want them to know that they're signed in to their correct account. So here's where we can leverage Exapy. Where we'll go ahead and initialize Exapy with a skid that we got from Partner Center. Then we'll create an Xbox Live context. This is, all this takes in is the Zal user we got from Zal. And this is a way for you to, this is an object that Exapy requires to make those calls to the service. Now we'll store the Xbox Live context somewhere in our game data, and then we'll use the profile service to get things like gamertag as well as gamerpic. So all we got to do is pass to it the Xbox Live user context we just created, as well as the ID of the user that we care about. In our case, it's the user that we have signed in. Once that task has been completed, we can go ahead and save the gamerpic URI for later. So now if I were to pull up my screen, because this is running on my device right now, if I were to hit start, you'll notice that we go through the Xbox flow. I'm already signed into Minecraft on my phone, so it already knew this user existed and automatically signed me in. So I'll go ahead and hit let's play. You'll notice that I now have the right gamerpic as well as the right gamer tag. And then I can go ahead and play the game as I normally would, right? And this is a spoiler for later on, but then we got an achievement. So at this point, we've done the basic requirements, where we've added Xbox Live sign-in, privilege, and privacy. At this point, you can ship your game straight to the marketplace. You're all set. But as you just saw, let's add something juicy. Let's add some achievements to this. So how do we configure achievements in Partner Center? We'll go back to the gameplay settings page of the Xbox Live tab in Partner Center. We'll click on Achievements, create a new achievement, and in our case, we'll give an achievement whenever you toss the unicorn out of the cannon for the first time. So I'll go ahead and fill in the right achievement name, logged and unlocked description. I'll scroll down, and here's my opportunity to set the image associated with this achievement. In my case, I don't have one yet. I'm only developing the achievement right now. It's still in development state. So I'll use the placeholder image, and then I'll select a base achievement. Now, the difference between a base and non-base achievement. A base achievement is an achievement that counts towards my initial 1,000 gamer score. It's an achievement that launches with my game. Every quarter after your game launches, you get an additional 250 gamer score. So you can add more achievements for new features that you add. Now, for those achievements that you add later on, that would be an example of a non-base achievement. But since this achievement is going to launch with my game, I'm going to keep it as a base achievement. I'll scroll down. I'll give the achievement some gamer score. I value this achievement at 100 gamer score. And then I'll keep my achievement as public. Now, my game isn't a plot-driven game. There's no spoilers to my game. You toss a unicorn as far as you can, and that's it. That's the entire plot. But your game might have a plot to it. And if that's the case, you might not, and you have an achievement that you unlock halfway through that spoils the plot. Well, you don't want people who haven't played the game yet or haven't gone that far to be spoiled, right? You want them to enjoy the game. So you might make that achievement a secret achievement, such that only people who've unlocked that achievement can see that achievement. Again, ours is public, so we'll keep it as such. I'll scroll down to the bottom, hit save. Once the achievement's done saving, we'll be redirected back to the achievements page. And the important thing that we care about here is the ID. Now, the ID of the achievement is required to unlock the achievement through Exapy. Last thing we want to do is we want to publish up here, click the publish button, and this will take the work in progress Xbox Live config that we have in Partner Center and publish it to our developer sandbox. So in our case, it will also publish the achievement we just added. So I'll hit confirm. Once that's done, it'll notify us. And now our Xbox Live config that we have here in Partner Center is also the same config we have in our developer sandbox. So to actually see the achievement working, to actually unlock the achievement, we'll go to our Fire Cannon command. Here, we'll take the achievement ID that we got from Partner Center, as well as the progress. In my case, it's going to be instantly unlocked. But let's say you have another achievement that you unlock after throwing the unicorn 3,000 meters. Well, you can actually set the progress 50%, 60%, however much percent, so the user knows how close they are to achieving that achievement. In our case, it's an instant unlock. So we'll set it to immediately to 100. We'll pass it to the achievement service by passing, we'll unlock the achievement by calling the update achievement method, pass to it the user context, the Xbox Live user ID, as well as the achievement ID and progress. If this is successful, we'll actually query the achievement service again for that achievement so that we can render the correct title, the correct gamer score, and the correct locked and unlocked description that we want in our game. This way, if you have if you added locale to achievements, then you're getting the right language for that user. And then I'm going to actually render the achievement in game using my own achievement renderer. So let's actually see that in action. So we already did, but let's see it again. So again, if I were to launch this unicorn, then I'll get that achievement up here. And if I were to go to the Xbox app or to my Xbox, and I'll get that 100 gamer score as part of my gamer score now by unlocking this achievement. Now it's that easy. That's all you have to do it's that easy to integrate Xbox Live into your game. With that said, I'm going to hand it back over to Bill to close this out.
Great. Thank you. All right, so as you saw, just in that short period of time, now he cheated because he had the code pre-written, but hopefully you saw there that it wasn't that much code to write that. And we will be providing samples, online documentation. We just released some updated documentation that's publicly available for you to take a look at. We'll continue to iterate on that documentation and provide additional samples for you to do that as well. So as we talk to close this out, I wanted to wrap it up again with that summary. One thing is that trusted gaming-focused identity. We all have a lot of identities that we're using. I'm not trying to come in here and say, oh my gosh, yet another identity. But you as game developers, as you think about your players, as you think about how you want your game to be engaged with and so forth, do think about this as an option that you can use, which is a gaming-focused and a trusted identity. And then the other piece are aspects like achievements for engagement, the community around your game. These are pieces that can also add value and engagement to your title. So with the call to action, this is, we have the updated developer documentation at aka.ms/xpldocs. And we also have the policies out there too. And I want to stress, we have nothing to hide or otherwise as far as those policies. You will see they're very straightforward and they are talking about online safety. You saw the privileges that you check. And I know, I get the idea. I don't want more friction with my developers or otherwise. On the other hand, for the relatively small percent of people who it really matters to, I don't want to play multiplayer or otherwise. We want to make sure, again, this is a trusted, game-focused identity, and we give you the power to be able to check that privilege, provide the appropriate messaging, and again, we have ways on mobile, on web, on console, as well as on PC for parents to adjust those permissions and so forth as needed. So ID at Xbox is the other piece, and I don't know how many of you have been familiar with ID at Xbox. Maybe you have an ID at Xbox game, maybe on PC, maybe on console, maybe not. But we're opening this up for mobile developers now. And so this is that process. You register with ID, you submit your ideas for your game. Then once that's approved, it comes back to you. You get permission for the SDK bits themselves, as well as the permissions in Partner Center, as you saw. The only thing that I wanted to call call out here, I think it's on the previous slide, I had the mention of it. We are just starting with this program. So we are going to start relatively small with the developers that we do approve, but we will get to you. Okay, so we're going to start small, make sure things are working great, make sure the platform and the SDK use your questions if you have concerns or otherwise, and we're ready to go much bigger. So have some patience as we start this out, but I do hope this is an interesting addition to your game.